people, this is Sharpino here, welcome you guys to week 2 of the PMC League Battles. Today we are taking on the SL Baneficas. Go ahead and check out the channel will be in the description down below. Guys, we're in for round 2, we had a pretty good week 1, hopefully we can keep the momentum up as we go into this week here. Like I said in the team builder, we do have a lot of threats to prepare for. We've got things like the Victini, the Hydreigon, the Scolipede, a lot of fast threats, but also defensive threats like the Hippowdon, the Shaman, and the Mega Blastoise is another threat as well. So here we go, best of luck. Let's see what team he's brought for us this week. Okay, so he has brought 3 of the Pokemon I was preparing for. So, well, 4 Pokemon actually. Okay, so no Shaman, no Hippowdon, no Rapidash, which Rapidash actually does make me feel good, the fact that there is no threat. But Mismagius does get access to Dazzling Gleam, so we're not completely out of the woods just yet. But actually, this works out for me even better because now the work for the pursuit trapping with our Liepard actually works even better. So, looking at this team here, there's a couple of things I want to do. Now, if he wants to lead off with the Victini, that would actually work out for me. The only problem is if he starts things off with that Scolipede. That's going to be the only issue I have, because once he starts with that Scolipede, we are in for a world of trouble. So let me just, so we've actually got 2 Choice Scarfers with us this week. So we've got the Choice Scarf Lumiere and the Choice Scarf Kieran Black. So we really have to gauge this properly to make sure that we're not going to pretty much get locked into bullshit shenanigans. So, just thinking about this from a standpoint, horsepower, Shedger. Alright, we're going to start with Shedger. Basically, we're going to expect him to start things off with the Victini. And if he does, that works out better for us. So if he starts with Victini or the Mismagius, that works out for us. So best of luck to my opponent. Let's get this started. Hopefully, like I said, he does start things off with the Victini. If he starts with the Victini, it's a perfect starting turn for us because we're pursuit trapping it, we got it, it's all there. Alright, always get nervous with these battles coming up. So here we go. It comes down to this. Blastoise. Ah, dang it, he prepared for that. Fudgicles. Ugh! Very annoying. So as he's predicted us to go ahead and start with this, he's gone ahead and start with that. So now, what I want to do is, do I want to reveal Fake Out right now? That's not really necessary at this point now, is it? All I could possibly do at this point, I don't know what set his Mega Blastoise is at. All I know is Mega Blastoise could be just a big freaking big hitter. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and swap into our Assault Vested Machamp to expect a special attack. If he wants to go for a stat move, that's fine, but he doesn't know that I am I am not Guts. I am in fact No Guard. So we're going to see the Mega Evolution for Blastoise come through. I don't know, like I said, what he wants to do here, but with the Assault Vest, we should be able to eat up whatever his Blastoise wants to do here. He's going to go ahead and go for a Water Pulse here, so with the Assault Vest though, we should pretty much eat that up like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, so that is Water Pulse. So, pretty much, I'm expecting this Blastoise to be just a physical wall. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and go for a Dynamic Punch so we can try and scout see what kind of set this Blastoise is. Because, based off how much damage we can do to this Blastoise, we can gauge this to do something here. The other thing as well is, okay, maybe I fucked up here. Because now, if he decides to go ahead and bring in the Mismagius, then that's bad news for us. And if we could have scouted for a swap, we could have gone for a knockoff. But unfortunately, we are pretty much going to give away the fact that we are No Guard, unless he really thinks that I'm relying on the fact that it's a 50-50 chance. So that was kind of a bad move on my part, but at the same time, I'm just trying to think what my next choice or my next move is. For all I know, he might just look at me here based off that damage, might be calculating to see if we are Assault Vested, which, I mean, he would be in his right mind to believe that, if that's the case. The only problem is, now like I said, we pretty much give up the fact that he knows that we're going to be No Guard, not Guts. So, I mean, it's good, but it's also bad, because then it means for him, whatever he wants to go for, it will guarantee hit no matter what. By the same token, if he swaps into anything else but Mismagius, then we will be just fine. If he swaps into Victini, great. If he swaps to Scolipede, great. Just not the Mismagius, because that is the worst case scenario. Since we are going for a Dynamic Punch here, so whatever lands, will be hit with that confusion. He's going to stay in here, so that's interesting. So he's now pretty much trying to bait out the confusion with the pulse here. We're going to go for a dynamic punch. Let's see how much damage it does. Does a decent hit, and we get the confusion. So that's awesome. Alright. Now, one of two things is going to happen from here. Either we go for dynamic punch again to try to go for more damage, or we go for a knockoff to predict him to swap. Because at this point, I don't know if he wants to scout for another dynamic punch to come away and get a free swap in. So, it's a good question. Either we go for it again. It's more likely this baits out this Magus, because if he thinks I'm going to go for another dynamic punch, then going for knockoff just seems like the best choice. But if he stays in, and we reveal we have knockoff, then our play goes to shit. But at this point, I really feel like he's going to swap into his Magus. So I'm going to go for the knockoff. He might think I might go for dynamic punches just to get the chip damage, which if he does, great. If he wants to play with the chance of confusion, I guess that works out for him. I just, gosh, all the calculations you're going to make for this game, people. So I'm predicting him to swap here, and whatever he swaps into, he's going to cop this knockoff. Now, if he swaps out, that's great. If he really thinks I'm going to go for dynamic punch again, that would work out even better for us. The question is, does he want to play with confusion? That's the real question. So, I mean, he's game enough to go ahead, go for another water pulse. He's going to go ahead and withdraw. This is Miss Magus. That's what I'm talking about. We go for the knockoff on the Miss Magus, and that's going to KO the Miss Magus. Let's fucking go with the crit to boot. Let's fucking go. Ah, let's go. And that was leftovers, so that's the bottom here. So Machamp kills Miss Magus. So a bit of strategy there with the knockoff to scout. So that actually worked out very well for us. So I'm very happy that we got rid of the Miss Magus, because that means now we got rid of one weakness to our Chandelure, which is our choice Scarfer, but also we get rid of also obviously the possible fairy type move that he could have, which is the Dazzling Gleam. But now that it's gone, fantastic. So we gauged that very well. We did a very good job with that. So we did play a little bit of mind games, but it worked out well. If we went to Victini, that would have been better, but you know, you can't win them all, you know? You can't win them all, but we are playing this really well. We got the kill on Miss Magus before we could even do anything. So that is fantastic right there. Now it's going to come down to what he wants to do next. Now if he wants to go into Victini, we can go ahead and swap into our Mudsdale, because with Mudsdale, we can go ahead and take those physical hits for Daze if he wants to go for V-Create, because he's full defensive and he's going to boost our defenses. So he's going to go ahead and bring in the Victini now. Now the question is if he's going to go for a Psychic or go for a V-Create. So I'm not too sure if I want to scout for the Psychic type move, because if he decides to go for U-turn and I bring in Liepard, then we get absolutely decked. But I've got a feeling he's going to go for the V-Create, so I'm going to go ahead and swap into Horsepower over here to scout for the V-Create, because I've got a feeling he knows that we're specially defensive. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Horsepower to take this physical V-Create. Is it V-Create? No, he goes for U-turn. So he did predict us to go for the U-turn, that's fine. But we did get rid of, like I said, one of his major threats, and that is of course the Miss Magus. So Miss Magus is gone, we get a free kill on that. So let's go ahead. Now, let's see, so U-turn. And the Blastoise is going to come back in respectively. Alright, so now we're going to reveal the fact that we have leftovers. Now, I just want to double check. I just want to check some calculations here just off the bat. Let's see, Mudsdale. Okay, versus Mega Blastoise. Blastoise Mega. How much would a Water Pulse do to a... Okay, it does a lot of damage. Okay, so basically this Water Pulse will definitely go ahead and kill us. So my question now is, what do I feel like is the most useless on my team? Because at the moment, Horsepower can still do definitely a lot of work against certain Pokemon's team, but I just don't want to lose that Pokemon. And plus, I think Blastoise is naturally our speed. So let me just check. Blastoise's speed is 78. I think Mudsdale is definitely lower than that. So, Do I want to bring back in my Eric Banner, or do I want to go into Frostbite and just go for the Drake Immediate? Because at this point, I don't think he's going to have anything else that's really going to hurt us. The only thing is if he goes for something that's going to bounce the Dragon Pulse. So I'm going to go ahead and swap back into Eric Banner to pretty much scope whatever he's going to try to go for. Because if he tries to predict him to go into the Kieran Black and he goes for a Dragon Pulse, that would definitely hurt. He's going to just go straight up for another Water Pulse. So this Water Pulse is going to do... He does get the confusion though. Oh, that's very annoying. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just go for... I'm just going to play it with this one. I'm just going to go straight for the Dynamic Punch, just try to get some extra damage here. So Water Pulse is going to come through again. I hope Confusion's not on his side today. So we do go for the Confusion, and... yeah, he does lots of Confusion. Okay. Not the best way to go off, but unfortunately... Confusion was against us. So I'm just going to go for a Ball Punch just to get a little bit of chip damage on this burst. We still have Confusion, of course, on the turn that we're about to die. How appropriate. Get a little bit of damage. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we're going to go ahead and I'll make a note of it here. So, Mega Blastoise kills the champ. Okay, so that was a bit of an exchange there. So, what I plan to do now is... How much would a Hyper Voice do? I mean, it is a Mega. We should outspeed regardless. And I believe my hidden power... let me just double check my notes just to make sure I have it correctly. Because I was trying to make sure I have... I'm pretty sure it's hidden power ground. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check my team builder here. I'm just checking it very quickly. That is indeed hidden power ground. Okay. So, do I want to go ahead and I'll probably just go for... I'll probably just go for Kieran Black. So I'm going to go ahead, bring in Kieran Black here. We're going to go ahead and reveal we've got the big bad Kieran Black over here. Luckily, no rocks has hit us, which is great. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now and go for a massive Draco Meteor, which I'm pretty sure is going to kill this Blastoise. At this range, it should definitely go ahead and get the kill. So we're going to go for a Draco Meteor, and it should pretty much kill this Blastoise. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. It doesn't kill. Okay, now we've got a problem. Flash Cannon. With Mega Launcher, that's going to do a lot of damage. But, not enough to kill us, which is great. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go for another Draco Meteor, because we are pretty much choice scarfed into going for another Draco Meteor. Now, he might decide to swap out, which if he does, fine. But at this point, the only thing on his team that could really handle a Draco Meteor -2 would probably be the Magneton. What else could take it? So, he did prepare for us to bring the Flash Cannon enough, so, you know, go figure. He might just keep it for Death Fodder, which I guess is fine. But again, the only thing on his team that really wants to handle a -2 Draco Meteor is probably the Magneton, which would be the best choice. So, unfortunately, like I said, things didn't happen the way they were supposed to, and if I landed a Dynamic Punch, I probably would have killed his Blastoise with that Draco Meteor. And now we're pretty much at half health with Frostbite. Not really where I want to be, but at the same time, it'll be okay. So, the other problem that we face as well is, if he has a Pokemon that is meant to be faster, he can pretty much scout for whether we're scarfed or not. Which would definitely be very annoying, because I don't want him to think that we've got a choice scarf on. So, my only issue is if he brings in something like maybe... I mean, a Hydreigon would still pretty much... I think a Hydreigon would still die to a Draco Meteor -2, I'm pretty sure. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't. But then again, if he brings in something like Victini, which is base 100 speed, and then we swap out and he goes to U-turn, well, then we're pretty much in shit. So again, it just comes down to whether he thinks that Mega Blastoise is worthy enough to keep it around. Now, my only thing... I'm just trying to think. He doesn't have any, like, wish passes or anything, so we're going to go ahead and go for Draco Meteor, and that's in fact going to get the kill on the Mega Blastoise. So, Kieran Black... kills Mega Blastoise. So pretty much we're just going for exchange at this point here, so that's fine with me. I'm at -4 special attack, so he's pretty much going to get a free swap into something. Now the question is, what does he want to swap into? If he wants to swap into the Hydreigon, that could be a little bit problematic, because now I don't have a good special defensive swap in now to things to take on that Hydreigon. If anything, I would say I would need a clean swap into something else, but he does have Scolipede, he does have Mismagius. The Scolipede could definitely be an issue because if he tries to set up for something with like Swords Dance or something with a speed boost, he could possibly sweep us. And I really don't want that. And if I can help it, I would rather not. But at the same time, if he brings in Scolipede, we have horsepower to kind of clog it because it's defensive as fuck. And the more he attacks us, the more defense we build up. So it's a kind of win-loss, it's a kind of even exchange. Now he's just trying to decide whether to go for the Victini or probably the Hydreigon or the Scolipede. I would say more so Victini and Scolipede is probably his optimal choices. Now that he sees that we're at -4, he knows that our possibility to swap out is definitely up there. So, not like he could have a Pursuit Trap or anything. No, really. I'd be very surprised if he has a Pursuit Trap. He's going to go ahead and bring out the Victini here, and like I said, I'm predicting him to go ahead and go for actually, that's actually interesting. So, Lumiere will pretty much get walled. Wait. What's my hidden power on? What's my hidden power on Shingle? Yeah, hidden power Fighter. So if he brings in the Hydreigon, we could definitely scuff that. But again, it just comes down to what I'm trying to prepare for. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into Horsepower. If he wants to bring in the Hydreigon, that's fine because I'm pretty sure we should be able to take a hit, at least one hit. So in comes the Horsepower. We're going to see a Blue Flare, which is Fire Special. That's going to be a lot to deal with. Oh boy. That is definitely doing a lot of damage. So we do take that. I don't think we can survive another because we're at 201 and that brought us down to 187. So now that we're pretty much seeing that, he could do one of two things. He could project to swap into Lumiere and go for something else, or we could just go ahead and swap into Lumiere. It's really a big debate here what I'm going to do here. I could go for Earthquake, or we could just go for Blue Flare again. If you go for Blue Flare again, I'm going to get absolutely decked. I'm going to go for... Oh god, again, it comes down to mind games. It comes down to mind games. If I swap into Lumiere, if I have Flash Fire, that is. I don't think he's just going to go for a U-turn. There's no way he would just go for another Blue Flare. I'm going to go for a Close Combat, expecting him to go for the U-turns, predicting his swap. He goes for another Blue Flare. Ah, god damn it! And there goes Horsepower. Fuck! I should have swapped into Lumiere. Should have swapped. So, Victini, Bills, Masto. And our answers to this Hydreigon are dwindling. So I'm really not liking this. But now we can go ahead and swap into Shezza, which I just figured out is fantastic because now we know we outspeed, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a... Should I go for... So wait a second. So hold on. So base speed wise, we are 106. So if he outspeeds, that's a Choice Scarf Victini. So to scout, I'm going to go for a knockoff to predict if that is scarfed. Is that scarfed Victini? Is that a scarfed Victini? I probably should have gone for Pursuit just to get rid of it, but something tells me he's scarfed. Something tells me, and even if he's not, we go for knockoff. We're going to knock off whatever item of the next Pokemon that he brings in. So he's deciding whether I have Pursuit, if he's going to go for the swapping. So he's going to go ahead and withdraw here, so that's unfortunate. He's going to bring in the Hydreigon, and now we can go ahead and scout for what item he has. So we're going to go for a knockoff. Let's see what item this Hydreigon had. Did it have Choice Scarf? He had leftovers. So he predicted us to kind of prepare for that. Now I'm going to go for a Play Rough. Play Rough should do the damage to this Hydreigon. Now that he's at pretty much, I would say about 80%, I'm pretty sure a Play Rough from this range should do the damage. But now that I'm seeing he does have a bit of bulk investment, maybe we don't have a lot of investment. So now I'm just a little bit worried about that. Just a tad. But at the same time, we can keep Shezza around. We can kind of trick him into believing that we don't have Pursuit. Maybe we can keep Shezza around to trap the Victini. So maybe. But the only issue is now is if that is in fact a Choice Scarf Victini. I didn't think about that up until this point. So now this becomes a big question of, is your choice scarf Victini. So I'm going for a play rough on this Hydreigon. He's probably trying to see what I could possibly swap into for a Dark Pulse, or if I'm going to go for a play rough, because if he knows that I can go for play rough, he might swap back into Victini. If he swaps back into Victini, we have a little problem. But I'm interested to see why he's going with this, because now you have seen now 2 Pokemon leftovers. Maybe he's banking on the fact that I'm preparing for a lot of fast Mons. He's predicting me to bring more Scarfers, which is a good prediction on his part, that if that is the case, that's what I'm doing. But again, it comes down to whether he thinks he's going to go ahead and double swap, and I'm going to reveal player up. Oh my god. I've got a feeling that is a choice Scarf Victini. Something tells me that is a choice Scarf Victini. Bar none, I think that is a choice Scarf Victini. But now, I'm free to go for... Is he going to go for U-turn? Or is he going to go for something else? Something tells me that is choice fucking Scarf Victini. If he goes for U-turn, Night Pursuit, then I kill it either way. But if he doesn't, he goes for something else. I'm going to go for Pursuit, expecting him to go for the U-turn. I'm guessing that is a choice Scarf. There is no way he's got that much confidence to do that, unless he's just trying to mess with me. So I'm going to go for the Pursuit right now, but if he outspeeds me, that tells me that Victini is Scarfed. That tells me that Victini is Scarfed. If he does a double swap, I'm very interested to see what he wants to do now. But if he falls for this Pursuit now, so we go for... Ah, he wasn't... Oh, man. Wait, why do we outspeed? What the hell? I don't get this. What? Okay, so because he has... Oh, we're going for Mego. It's not scuffed. Now Scolipede outspeeds. Now Scolipede outspeeds. So whatever he goes for now, he's pretty much going to get a free hit on whatever we're going to swap into. And I really want to keep... I'm just going to go ahead and swap into Lumiere, because Choice Scarf Lumiere should still be able to do a lot of damage to this Scolipede here. It should still do a lot of damage. We're going to bring in Lumiere, and let's see what this Scolipede decides to do. He goes for Protect. That's fine. He goes for Protect. He does get 1 speed boost. That's fine. With Choice Scarf, I'm pretty sure we should still be able to outspeed. I'm going to go for a Flamethrower, irrespective of what happens. I know I could probably go for the Him Power Fighting, but it's too predictable. I don't want to lose my advantage at this point. So let's see. So Scolipede reveals Protect, and I have Pursuit, but because I asked, that really just got me. But at the same time, that's good information for us to know that Scolipede is not. So he's going to go ahead and swap there. He's going to probably bring in the Hydreigon. Probably should go for Him Power Fighting, more than likely. So we go for the Flamethrower. If we can land a Burn, that would be terrific. But I don't think we are going to. So he takes that pretty much like a champ, and no defense drops. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swap into, because we are Scarfed, and like I said, he could play into the fact that we are Scarfed, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap into Miss Prada. Now, Miss Prada should be able to handle a Dark Pulse coming in from a Hydreigon. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't, but let's just see what happens here. So he's going to go for the Roost. It's a defensive Hydreigon. Okay, it is a defensive Hydreigon. Okay. So now that we've seen that, let's go ahead. We're going to Mega Evolve and we're going to go for that Shadow Ball. I got a feeling he's not that confident to leave a Hydreigon. He knows he's going to get blown the fuck back by this. So, one of two things are going to happen. He's either going to swap into the Victini, or he's going to swap into the Scolipede. I'm going to go for... Is he balls enough to go for the Scolipede? That's the real question. Hyper Voice would definitely be the safest play. But if I really need to get rid of that Victini or that so I'm going to go for... God damn it. Predictions. Predictions. I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball. I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball. He's gonna swap. It's gonna bring in Victini. Magneton. Okay, he goes for Magneton, which is surprising. So, Shadow Ball was probably the best play we could have gone for. At this point, now we reveal the fact that we have Shadow Ball. But now what we can do, now that he's broken, we can go ahead and go for that Hidden Power Ground, which is quite effective, and should get the kill on the Magneton. Now that he's breaking the sturdy, Hidden Power Ground should pretty much get the kill on this Magneton. Unless I've capped it incorrectly, I'm pretty sure Hidden Power Ground should get the kill on Magneton from this range here. Pretty sure. So we're going to go for the Hidden Power. Let's see how we go. Hidden Power. There we go. Okay, so Mega Gardevoir kills Magneton. Brilliant. Now we have a problem though. In comes the Scolipede. So now what we'll do is, do I think it will survive? Do I think it will survive? Alright, hang on a second, hold on a second. Let me just check my Misprada. I have some HP investment. Let me just double check something here. I'm really need to check here. So Gardevoir. Let's go with Mega, which is 252 HP, versus Scolipede. Let's go OU offensive. Would a Poison Jab? Oh yeah, Poison Jab would definitely kill. Oh my god. Okay, so Poison Jab would definitely get the kill on that, and I really don't want that. So I'm going to swap into Lumiere because I really don't want to get locked into that situation. Unfortunately, Scolipede does, like I said, it does check the Mega Gardevoir on our team, but if we can get rid of that Scolipede, then Mega Gardevoir should be okay then, because then he speed ties with Victini. We have Lumiere and we have the two choice scarfers on our side, so we definitely have speed. And because Miss Prada outspeeds the Hydreigon, the Hyper Voice will definitely blow it away. So we'll go ahead and swap out here. We're going to bring in Lumiere. Hopefully it doesn't have something like Rock Slide or something to kind of be stupid about it. So in comes Lumiere. Let's see what you got. You got Earthquake. Oh! Ah! That's Life Orb. This speed boost. Scolipede kills Lumiere. Health kills Chandelure. Okay, now we're getting down to nitty gritty. So we're going to bring in now our Frostbite over here. Now, pretty much Choice Scarf should still be able to do some damage against this Scolipede. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor, which I'm pretty much banking that will kill the Scolipede. We do have a lot of speed investment. We do have the Choice Scarf. Will we, in fact, do it to the Scolipede? That's the real question. Because if this doesn't outspeed, we pretty much guarantee, I think we lose. If we don't get rid of the Scolipede, we lose. Because there's nothing in our team that can really handle this Scolipede. And it was going to be one of the issues I had, which is why I had Mudsdale, but bad predictions equals bad plays. So I probably should have swapped, didn't swap, lose. Has Earthquake on the Scolipede for GP, just for the fucking swap-ins, and it works. So kudos to him for that. And out of curiosity, would we have survived an Earthquake? Let's just swap around, let's go Earthquake. Would an Earthquake have killed? Earthquake would have done 64% at most, so we would have survived if we were ballsy enough to stay in, but no, we're not ballsy like that. He's going to go for Protect to try to get the extra turn for the speed. I really hope that's not the determining factor. So he now gets 2 speed boosts, so now he's on +2 speed. Let's go ahead, go for a Draco Meteor again. Does he outspeed us now that he's got that second boost? He outspeeds us now, he's got the second boost. Scolipede kills Kieran Black. that's pretty much the game. That's pretty much the game. That is pretty much the game. That really sucks, bro. That really does suck. Chandelure had to get killed by Earthquake, and that's what helped him win the game. Is that one turn. Because as long as I had Lumia around, I could have checked the Scolipede. But now I can't. Now we lose. That's so fucking frustrating. Oh, that is so frustrating. Like, oh, you guys have no idea. That is so... That's ridiculous. We lose because of a fucking Earthquake prediction. We lose because of an Earthquake prediction. It's very disappointing. It is very disappointing, to say the least. I'm just gonna go for a knockoff. He's probably gonna go for a Poison Jab. He goes for Earthquake. Does he not have Poison Jab? No, he's just fucking... Surely he has Poison Jab. Or he's just waiting to reveal that for the end, just to be a douche about it. Scolipede kills... Why not? Fucking Scolipede! Why did you have to have Earthquake? Why? Fuck! God damn it. I'm there for Psychic. We're going to see that Poison Jab coming. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't have Poison Jab. I mean, he's got Protect, Mega Horn, Earthquake. Last move has to be Poison Jab. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have Poison Jab. He doesn't have Poison Jab. Mega Gardevoir kills Scolipede. This is interesting now, because now it's a speed tie between Victini and Mega Gardevoir. So now it comes down to a speed tie, but we've now seen that Victini has leftovers, so I'm guessing that's not max speed, but then again, we're not max speed either. So let me just double check here. We're not max, we got no speed investment, so guaranteed, I'm pretty sure this Victini will in fact outspeed us. But either way, Victini will pretty much get locked by the... Ooh, wow. Are we going to win this battle now because he missed a Mega Horn? This is pretty much like me last week. I missed Mega Horn twice and Stand Edge twice. Last week. Are we really going to win this game because he missed a Mega Horn? It's now going to come down to a bad play versus a good play kind of thing here. This is going to be interesting. Wow, okay, so now again, it comes down to a speed tie. So now two things come to mind. Hydreigon's definitely going to get outsped by Gardevoir, unless he has speed investment on the Hydreigon. But based off what I just saw, I'm pretty sure he's banking on the fact that that's a bulky investment. He's going to go ahead and bring in Victini. Okay, so I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. If he is invested, wait, I should have done that. He's going to go for Blue Flare. We do have HP investment, and we eat that up. We go for a Shadow Ball, and he lives. Wow. So like I said, he's not max speed, but he does have investment. I kind of had a feeling he did. So we're going to see another Blue Flare, and we're going to go for a Shadow Ball. People, Mega Gardevoir kills Victini. If this Hydreigon has no speed investment, we win the match. Does he have speed investment? He does have speed investment. That was so close! Oh my gosh! Oh, that was so close! So close. But the rightful person won this battle. So, Hydreigon, my mascot, kills Mega Gardevoir. Okay, so that is the week 2 battle. A very close, narrow 1 loss to the SL Baneficas. Good game to them. Seriously, guys, this was a back and forth battle. We had leverage with some of our sets, and then he came back with some predictions. This was crazy. This was absolutely crazy. And even though I lost by 1, yes, I know it should have been 3-0 because of that miss, but it's Pokemon. You can't argue Pokemon. That was a really close battle, and we get to verse this team twice, so we get to have the fun of versing this team again. So, guys, that's going to be it for the week 2 Wi-Fi battle. Like I said, go ahead and check out SL Baneficas, their channel, and all the other coaches at PMC. Unfortunately, we missed out by 1, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I had a really good battle. I made a few misplays, but they came back with some terrific plays, and had a miss of Mega Horn to almost give me the wins. That's Pokemon for you. So until next time I see you guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Later!